Hey, shalom, brothers and sisters. Today I want to do a little book review. This is not exactly, I'd say, biblical, but it is archaeology, and I really, like archaeology. And the book I'm going to introduce, and I highly recommend, is a controversial archaeologist, Barry Fell, and it's America, BC. It's, it's a, you know, it's a book. He has many books, and they're real hard to find. This one was reprinted, and like the others, they for some reason they didn't. After he passed away, for some reason they quit publishing his books or whatever, and it was hard to find them. I found some online. They want like $100, $300 for one book of 300 pages. Others are discontinued. I was fortunate that they started republishing this book here, and yeah, I've read it. It's about pre-Columbian visits to the Americas, um, not Native Americans. Talking about like either Europeans, Vikings, Chinese, Oriental. I mean, his research discusses that. It's got proof that before Columbus. And this is back a long time ago, before the Vikings. We found out the Vikings came before we had archaeology proof up around Newfoundland that the Vikings came before Columbus. Before that, he's writing all this stuff, and he had to prove, but the scholars and historians, nobody believe him. The Smithsonian Institute, they turned their back on him because the first president, he made a vow that nobody was here before Columbus. He made that. You could read, look up the history of Smithsonian Institute, but that first president said, "No, nobody's been here before Columbus. I will not accept any evidence that any European was touched foot in the Americas before Columbus." And that kind of trickled down after his death, and they wouldn't. But but after so much evidence about the Vikings and everything, they had to admit to it because Newfoundland's in Canada and they recognized it. But he talks about like the Egyptians coming over here, the Celts coming over here before Columbus, and there's proof about it. I mean, just if you just read this book, you'd be amazed. You know, but like I said, the academics, they didn't like what he's writing or what he was exposing. They silenced him and stopped publishing his books. But now his books are coming back, and this was like a brand new book I bought. It's a brand new book. It's still stiff, even though I read it, And I haven't looked on lately if there's any other used books. I'm going to do that here in a day or two, and I hope I can get another book of his. But I just want to let you know. I mean, that's you think, what is it? Is it tied? Why is it tied? You don't think it's tied to biblical times or anything, but you'd be amazed. I mean, it's also said, I've heard, read and heard from others that Phoenicians, the greatest seafarers in ancient history, they made it over here, and they could have had people from, Israel over with them, since the Confederation of Solomon and King Hiram, and they did their travels together and everything, and it's possible they made it to the Americas. And there's some circumstantial evidence about it, like I said in my other video about the Hebrew stones found in America, but we don't know how old those stones are. I mean, they're old, but we don't know how old. But Mr. Fell, he brings up a lot of good points, photographs in there, documentation. Talks to specialists and other academic scholars that kind of are on his side. But I just hope you get this book, America BC. If you love archaeology, it's for you. I mean, it's controversial, but I haven't had a chance to read his other books yet. But when it come available to me, I'm gonna buy them because I'm just fascinated by it. America's our homeland and everything, and Egypt. They said proof Egyptians came over here. So the Phoenicians definitely had to, and the Israelis were probably with them too. Solomon's getting, all kinds of exotic animals, different trees and cedars, wood. He's getting all kinds of metal, But I just wanted to share that with you. So sorry that I was a little too long with this, but I was just excited and I just wanted to share this with you for a book recommendation. And that's all I really wanted to say. So, you got any comments? If you ever read this book or anything, comment below. Let me know if you read it, if you liked it, if you agree with it, anything like that. Please hit notification bells for future content. Subscribe and like and share the video, all my videos with me. Watch my videos if you haven't watched them. And all I gotta say is peace and shalom.